Hello everyone, welcome again to Excel Corners, a channel to help you learn Excel easily. In the previous video, we saw the first part of Home tab commands, which are grouped in clipboard, font, and alignment. Today, we're going to see the remaining groups, which are number, styles, sales, and editing. These are the ones. Before we dive into the content, let me tell you 3 important things to note. One is that although I'm teaching Excel, but followers are also getting knowledge and skills to use in Word, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft Office applications. This is because the commands on the computer ribbon are almost the same, because you will see file, insert, page layout, review, or view tab on either Excel, Word, or PowerPoint. 2. We urge you to follow the whole video because the answer to your problem may be in the middle or at the end of the video. 3. We urge you to follow also previous videos because our videos make a logical sequence, and you may fail to understand the concept in this video because you have not followed the previous video. So let's now dive into the subject. We start by this group, which is number. As you see, number has the number format drop down, which is this one, Then the currency, this one, the percentage, this one, the comma style, this one, the decimal management command, this one, then the launch box, which is this one. So let's select this. Then here by default there is a accounting style. Here we can change and put the currency style. You see there is a change, but it is very small. But the difference, I can show it this way. Let me put, for example, no, here it is formatted as percentage. Then put, for example, 0 here. This is 0. If I select currency, you see. But if I select accounting, you see there is a slight difference. 0 in accounting format is represented by a dash. Now in this number formatting, if you write something, if you enter data and it take a format you don't want, know that the cell is styled accordingly. For example, I may enter here a fraction and it refuses. You see, it has refused because it is formatted as a date. To solve this problem, I have to come here. I go to this drop down and I choose a fraction. Then if I write 1/2, it accepts. Or I can come here, right click, then I go to format cell, then I choose fraction. Where is fraction? This is the one. Then I hit OK. That's how it is done. The same as when you have a number format, but you want to input date. For example, if I have here number format and I want to input the 1st of December 2022, it won't accept because I have number format. I have to come here, then go to date. I may choose short date or long date. You see the difference. So that's how it works. For currencies here, or counting formats, let me, for example, look for Rwandan currency. I come here, then I go to more, then I come and choose the Rwandan currency here. By default, there is a British currency. You see already Rwandan franc is there. So for percentage, let me, for example, input 0.3, 0.2, 0.41. I select, then click on percentage. You see, automatically the percentages are there. For the separator, this comma style, I write, no, this is formatted as a percentage. Let me remove it and use this. You see, this is an amount of money. Then I want to separate by 1,000. Let me enlarge it so that you can see clearly. You see, these are separators. So to manage the decimals, I may reduce them or increase them. You see, increase, reduce. Then this is the launch box, but it is repeated because we have seen all these. These are borders, these are colors. Then protection of the sheets of the file. This will be looked at later in a separate video. So that is it for this group. Let's move to the next style. The next group, which is style. In this group, we have conditional formatting, this one, format as a table, this one, and the cell styles, this one. With this first one, conditional formatting, we want to format cells according to certain entered data fulfilling a specific criteria, which means cell format after conditional formatting will be changing according to the value entered. So here the format is dynamic. If we enter a certain value, it takes a certain format. If you change it, it takes another. However, note that due to the importance of this conditional formatting, we will have a separate comprehensive video for that. For the sake of this video, let's look at a few examples to have a sense of how it works. So let's select this data, then go to conditional formatting, then go to highlight cell rules, then greater than. So we're going to apply this rule with two examples. Let's choose greater than, and you see how it works. So here we're going to highlight or format cells which have data greater than, let's say 160. Then we give which color? Let's give it the yellow color. Then we click OK. You see, it is highlighted in yellow. Now we can come here, select it, then go to filter. Then we can filter them out with color. Up here with color. You see, we have filtered them. Let's go back. Now we select it again, come here, no, it's not there, it's here. Then we choose this rule, less than 60, and we give it another color. Let's give it green color. Then as we did previously, let's go to filter, click on filter, then we can filter them by color. You see, we have them only. Now there are a lot of rules here to apply. The first is this one, highlight cell rules, which have data greater than, less than, between, certain values, equal to, certain values, text that contains certain elements, data occurring in a certain period, duplicate values, and more rules. Then the other category of rules, it's the bottom, top rules, top 10 items, top percentage, top 10%, bottom 10 items, bottom 10 percentage, above average, below average, and more. Data bars, we can highlight certain data with bars like this, color scales, icon set, and the new rules. Here we can clear all the rules. So that's briefly how it works. Let's move to the format as a table. But as I said, there's a specific video for this. Let me go back. This format as a table, there are some who may see this and think it is formatted as a table, but it is not. Excel does not recognize this as a table. To format it as a table, we have to select it, then go to format as a table, then choose any of these options given. So let me choose this one, then click enter, click OK. So you see, let me first remove this and this. So now let me put this total color, Now the benefit of using this format as a table, number one is that you can have quick analysis using the table format, but also the table expands automatically as you add any column or row. For example, if I calculate the sum here, you see the table has auto expanded, and the same applies to the rows. So let me put summaries here, sums, then drag right, this way. So you see, these are sums. Now you can perform certain analysis like average, you see, count, there are 6, max, standard deviations, variance. You see how certain analyses are performed. So that is it for format as a table. Let's clear this. No, let's keep it. and go to cell styles. For cell styles, these are predefined formats for cells, and here we want readers to have an immediate interpretation of our data through the format we have given to our cells. They are not dynamic as in conditional formatting. We saw that in conditional formatting, it is really dynamic, which means the format of a cell changes according to what value is entered. But for cell styles, it is static. We either choose this or that. And for more clarity, it is advisable to use regions. So let me highlight, for example, this. I may highlight this, and I say this is bad. But if I get to this, I say it is good. I may say this is neutral according to the values I have in my data. So these are either normal, bad, good, and neutral according to what you want readers to have as interpretation. Now, as for data and the model, you can decide to use, for example, these options. If you choose this one, you want to say, please here check. If you choose this one, you want to mean here there are explanations. If you choose, for example, this, you want to say here there is a note. This means there are linked cells and so forth. If you choose this, you want to say here there is a warning. Be careful. So here we also have themes or formats for heading. You may choose this one for heading 1, for subheading, for subheading, and so forth. You choose this format for total, you choose this format for the title. You may choose this theme with different degree of colors for some areas and so forth. You may choose this comma without zero, comma with zero, currency without zero, or currency with zero. These are different styles you can give to our cells according to what we want people or readers to understand. So let's move to the following group, which is cells. For this group, we have insert, delete, and format. So for insert, we may insert a cell. For example, I insert a cell this way. You see a cell has been inserted and other data have been pushed down. Let me go back. You may insert sheet rows. You see it is there. I may insert column. You see it is there. I may insert the whole sheet. You see it is here. Go back. Then as we can insert, we can also delete. I can delete this cell. It is deleted. I don't see it anymore. I can delete rows. You see, the row has gone. Can delete column and can delete the sheet. So for format, we want to give a specific height or width. This is the height for row, the width for column, the visibility. We want to hide or unhide. We want to organize the sheets, rename the sheet, move or copy the sheet. So here, let's for example look at this row height. We may choose a certain height. Let's for example choose 30, and you see the difference. You see it has increased. The height is from here to here. Let me choose the column width and change it. Let me put it 23. You see it has increased. Visibility, I can hide the rows. There is a row which is hidden here. Let me go back. I can hide columns, hide sheets, and unhide, the opposite of hiding. Now, on organize sheets, I can rename the sheet. Let me click on it. You see, I can write tab, but I don't want. Let me keep it. I can move or copy the sheet. Let me click on it. I want to move this sheet to a new book. Let me choose new book. Then click on create a copy. Then hit OK. You see a new book has been created. And put the copy there. So I come back. Yeah, that's how it is. This protection options will be looked at in a separate video. So let's move to the last group, which is edit group. In this edit group has two parts. This first one with auto calculation, fill and clear. Then this part with the sort filter, find and select, but all of them have drop downs. It means there are other hidden options within these drop downs. So let me begin with the auto sum. Here it means it's to calculate automatically or rapidly. So I put a cursor here where I want the calculations to be done. Then I choose sum. You see? Then I click enter. Then the sum has come. Then I may right click, double click, or I drag with this fill handle. Then data are populated. So I may choose, instead of sum, I may choose average, the same as I did before. Then hit enter. This is the average. Then I double click. Then it is entered. So here there is an error. This is due to the fact that here there are no data. So let me put data also. You see, it has auto-corrected. Okay, the error has disappeared because now there is data. So as you see, we have average, count, max, mean, and other functions. So that is it for these auto calculations. Let's move to fill. So with fill, with this part of fill, we want to fill or populate data in cells in an easy way. You can fill data upward, leftward, rightward, or downward. So Excel wants first to have a pattern, then it does the rest of the work. For example, I can put here 3. Let's start by here. Can put here 3, then 7, which implies that the difference is 3. No, the difference is 4. And the remaining work is being done by Excel. You see, Excel has done the remaining work. We can do it right, left, left, right. Let me put, for example, 8, then 12, then drag. You see? Let me put, for example, 8, then 15, then drag downward. You see? Or upward. 9, then 14, the difference is 5. Then we drag upward. So you see, it works in every direction. So the other option here is a series. You may make a series using that group. So how it is done, we put first the first number, then we select where we want the series to be populated. We go to fill, then we select series, then see it is a column. Then we decide the difference or the step value. Let's say it is 5, which means between the first and the second there is a difference of 5. Between the second and the third there is a difference of 5, and so forth. You see, it has auto-filled. So we can see also the growth. Let's look at the growth. Let's look at the growth. We also start with the first value. Let's say 4. Then we select, then we go to fill, then we choose city, then you select growth. Let's put, for example, 5. Here the step value in that instance is 5, but it means we'll take the first and multiply this value to find the second value. You see how it has auto-populated. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 100 is 20 times 5 is 100, and so forth. That is the growth. Another option is the date. Let's look at it. The first date is, for example, the 1st December 2022. Then let's say, no, I have not selected the space. Let's go to series again and select the date. Then put, for example, days. Let's say the difference is 5. You see how the dates are populated. So this justify is for Word. It is not apply for Excel. Let's look at also this flash fill. Flash fill means filling in a flash or in an instant. You can first remove this. Enlarge this a little bit. Okay. For example, we have names like Maniriho, Mark, Vigeneza, Aline, Rukundo, Jérôme, Jumugabe, John, Zaneza, Baptiste. Okay. Let me move this one. No, sorry. Let me move this one downward. This may have a different format. Okay. Now, I want to have a email address for these persons. Then what I do, I just give to Excel the pattern, and I say Rukundo Jerome at gmail.com. Rukundo Jerome at gmail.com. So after I do this, I go here and then I click on Flash Fill. You see, it has auto filled, which means if I put 100 names here and I want to make email address for 100 people, I just have to give one example. Then I click on Flash Fill. Then it's done. So for clear, just want to clear what we've done. I make clear, for example, the content. I make clear the format. the format, you see. I make here the comments, the hyperlinks, and so forth. So that is it for this part. Let's move to filter. Sort and filter, find and replace, but want to have data. No, I may go back to have them. Let me remove this. So I want to sort this either from smallest to largest or from largest to smallest. I may custom or choose criteria I want to follow, but let's focus on these two. Let me choose this, then click on sort. You see, it has sorted itself by ascending order. I may change it and start by the largest to the smallest. I click OK and the starting is 180. So that is it. That's how sort is. But let me remove this. This total here. It is disturbing me. Then I go to find and replace. Here we want to find a specific data, and if we want, we may replace it with another. Let me select this and find. We want to find April. We want to find April. We find it first, then replace it, for example, with December. Replace. You see, this is already replaced. That's how find and replace works. Now let's go to the last one, which is go to special. We click on it to see the options. You see, there are a lot of elements, but how this is important and how it works will be looked at in a separate video, as I said. However, we'll look at it briefly for the sake of this video. So as its name suggests, this is special. It helps us perform very important functions, especially in inspecting or auditing our data to see where there might be problems, or simply to locate whatever we want in our sheet or file and treat them accordingly. So we may look at two elements. Let's first select this. Let's remove the color here. Okay. I go to special, then I want to see the formulas. Remove text, then I locate where there are formulas. Then after locating them, I highlight them with colors. Let me choose this color. You see, this is where there are formulas. The problem here is that it is not a big amount of data. If, for example, it was a big amount of data, I would have seen how important this is. But really, we have been able to locate the formulas where they are. Now we can click on them and try to see what might be wrong with our formulas. So we may also want to locate blanks. Let me, for example, remove this, and this. Then I go to special, then hit on blank, then I click OK, then I go to format the cells, then choose a color. No, just one cell which have been selected. I go there again, go to special, then click on blank again, go to format. No, it is not being colored. Go to special, blank. However, you see, you are seeing visually the blanks. If you want, we can highlight them with the colors, but they are seen. If we want, we can highlight with colors and select them, then filter them and treat them the way we want. So we thank you for choosing Excel Corners and watching this video, and we invite you to the next videos. We have special videos on paste special, important shortcuts related to Home tab, conditional formatting, and go to special. After this, we will continue with the other tabs. If you have not yet subscribed, please remember to do it now. Bye.